All right, let's talk about our league winners series. So these are guys you can get later on in the draft, and they have the possibility, I feel like, that they could bring you home some fantasy gold. So the guy I'd like to talk about today, Rhamondre Stevenson. So we were just talking about New England. We were just talking about Damian Harris is a smaller back, and if they're going to run the ball as much as I think that they are this year with their lack of weapons on the outside, I see there being enough carries for both of them to produce around 1,000 yards. And Rhamondre Stevenson, if Damian Harris gets banged up, he's a smaller back. I look at him as I looked at Sony Michel last year, who came in and he won me a couple leagues, picking him up late in the season because he was the only healthy back. He ended up coming down the stretch being a top 4 back off the waiver wire and won a lot of people championships. I think if you can have Rhamondre Stevenson, even if you don't have to start him early, but you get him in that second half, maybe acquire him after like a slow couple games or something, he could be a player that brings you down the stretch that is a straight-up league winner. We saw him last year at the 126-yard game late in the season. This man was 12th in the league in yards after contact. He's up there with elite names. He's a bruiser, and he's improved his pass catching in the offseason, trying to get more receptions out of the backfield. This is a guy, the LeGarrette Blount role that New England has been lacking for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, to touch on the Damian Harris thing, there was some speculation that they were shopping him around. So there's the potential that there is that potential there that Rhamondre is going to be the number one guy. He could be the lone number one guy at some point if they were to actually do that. Now, I don't know what the market's going to be for a Damian Harris, but I think in the long run, Rhamondre takes.
Well, here's the thing: in fantasy drafts, you're taking Damian Harris in the 5th or 6th round, maybe higher. Rhamondre Stevenson, you're getting him in somewhere between 8 to 10.
Yeah.
So for similar production, I'd rather get this guy in the 8 to 10 rather than reach for the guy.
And look, the thing about everything you're saying, Woody, is obviously we're talking about fantasy football, right? But as fantasy footballers, we have to intertwine the two. Rhamondre Stevenson is a much, much better player and just a more talented player than what Damian Harris is.
But Bill likes his weird little pieces.
Right, and that's not saying Damian Harris is not talented, because he is, but Rhamondre is extremely talented. If he can hold on to the ball and just do the small things, he's going to have a long career in the NFL. So, no, you definitely, that's a good plug. I think there's some risk there, but I do definitely like the talent there.
He's definitely a guy you're gonna have to weather the storm. Yeah. You gotta wait out the platoon and wait for the dust to settle a little bit.
Yeah. Don't wait too long though.
Yeah.
Don't wait too long.
Yeah.
We've been there before. Don't wait too long.
Don't wait too long.